you're already dead. 3 of the most unforgettable words in anime, mostly because shortly after they're uttered, you know some Big McLarge huge was gonna eat it by exploding in various gratuitous ways. Well, it's kinda tough to get that level of grotesquerie onto the Game Boy, so they didn't even try. Perhaps because I needed to come down off my Persona 4 Arena high, here's a Fist of the North Star 2D fighter for the Game Boy, which actually wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting. Granted, as delayed reactions are kind of the status quo for this series. Who am I kidding? It's a basic-ass fighting game, less Street Fighter 2, more Yi Ar Kung Fu. You choose from an 11-man roster, which is pretty impressive for a Game Boy game, and travel the post-apocalyptic wasteland by going directly from bout to bout and not traveling or getting any semblance of the plot whatsoever. You got a punch button, a kick button, and maybe a projectile attack if you hold the punch button down for a while. Not exactly the most taxing of systems, but yeah, Game Boy. On the upside, even though there's very little in the way of attack options and no real way to block, you can still exhibit some semblance of strategy in where and how fast you attack, whether to go with high jumps, the little axe kick jumps that seem to work so well, and occasionally just stick your opponent in the corner and chump shot him into a pattern. Arno would be so proud. What sets this monstrosity apart is the use of experience points. Hells yeah, I will find RPG elements in everything if I wish to. In this case, the fighters will level up with repeated use. As there's no battery backup, you need to input the latest password each time you return to the game. As levels are gained, the fighter's stamina increases, as do the attack strengths of the A and B buttons. There may be a better, more contextual way to phrase that, but no. A and B attack, that's it. Look, we can't really ask for much. This game came just about a year after Viz released the first series of the Fist of the North Star manga here in the States, making this game kind of eerie parallel to Ranma 1/2 Hard Battle in that regard. But that game had pandas. Now, if Kenshiro punched a guy so hard he turned into a panda, that would quite nearly make my head explode.